Hey guys, this is my Can-Am Defender HD10. It's fairly new to me and it's about time for the first oil change. It has around 20 hours on it right now. I meant to change the oil a little bit sooner, but time just got away from me. So the first thing is to lift the bed, and on the passenger side of the engine, down low, you will see a plate that has serial number information, and the round hole right below it, that's the access hole for the drain plug. So that's how you reach up front underneath with the ratchet and socket and take out the drain plug. If you come over to the front of the engine, you'll see this round plate right here with the bolts on it. That plate is the access hole for the oil filter. So you've got to take off these 3 bolts to access the oil filter. So the first thing we're going to do is loosen the dipstick, and then we'll go underneath and drain the oil. So here we are under the Defender, looking straight up into the oil drain hole. I'm going to try to show this to you. It's a little bit difficult under here without a lift. First of all, you need to make sure you have an oil drain pan ready to go, and need obviously a ratchet and socket. This is a 17 millimeter, and you do need an extension since it's set up in there a little bit. But it's just like a regular oil change. Just gonna loosen the plug. And just make sure you're ready for the oil, obviously. And it'll be hot because you should have warmed up the vehicle beforehand. Making a little bit of a mess. There's about a little over 2 quarts that are in these engines, so just make sure you have enough pan to catch that. It's not very much. So after it's draining, you need to put the plug back in. These plugs have a magnet in the middle, so just make sure and wipe that off. And just be very careful not to cross thread these. Just thread it in by hand until it gets tight. Then you can tighten it with the ratchet. And just make sure not to over tighten these. So now that we've got the oil drain, we're back on the passenger side of the engine, and we're going to take out these 3 bolts that hold the oil filter cover on. And when we do that, there's probably going to be a lot of oil that comes out, so we want to lay down some rags and kind of be prepared for that oil. So these bolts here take an 8 millimeter socket, or if you would rather use a Starbit, a Torx, it's a T30 that fits that. So we're just going to go in here and loosen these up. And then we'll just kind of unscrew them by hand. And then we're gonna just remove the cover. And there's the filter and the spilling oil. So you can see it's a cartridge style filter. So we just want to clean out in there. Let's make sure everything's clean. So the old filter just kind of pulls out of the cover, and clean it up. Make sure that your O-ring is lubricated with engine oil so it'll seal well. And take the new filter and you just stick it stick it in the base like that, and make sure that the seal is lubed with new fresh engine oil so it'll seal well also. And then you just stick it in. And then just take the nuts that you removed and put them back in. Pretty straightforward. These do get torqued to a fairly light amount that says in your manual, so just don't go too wild on them. And of course, the most critical step is to refill the engine with oil. So pull the dipstick out and put a funnel in there. And this engine takes 2.1 quarts. So I'll try and do this without spilling. So just refill the engine and clean up any spilled oil, and I would recommend starting it up and checking for leaks. Make sure you're all good, and there you go. But I appreciate you guys watching. Please let me know if you have any questions, and if you like my videos, please consider subscribing.